Inland Sports.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. Right now, let's take a look at some of the top games in week number 10. Now, we normally just list 7 games each week. We have our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game, and then we list about 7 other ones that you should really keep an eye on. This week, there's a bunch. It was really hard just to pick just 7, but we'll mention several more games as well. So let's punch up the very fancy graphic. Here we go. Let's do this. Rim of the World taking on Grand Terrace. That is your true league championship game in the San Andreas League. Both teams 2-0. Grand Terrace really has had a great season. They're going to be tough, but we'll see if Rim of the World can come down the mountain and give the Titans a game. Summit versus Harupa Hills. Harupa Hills trying to win. They control their own destiny, trying to win the outright championship in the top tier in the Arrowhead Athletic Conference. That is the Sunkist League. Centennial versus Norco. Centennial trying to win another, Big 8 league title, a.k.a. the Big West Conference Championship. Always a good game when they take on their rival Norco. Liberty versus Tahquitz. That game is for second place in the Mountain Pass League. So it looks like both teams will be making the playoffs, but that'll be for second place in that league. Beaumont versus Yucaipa. That's for third place in the Citrus Belt League. That'll determine who's in third and who's in fourth. And that's important because third place is a playoff spot. Fourth place could be an at-large. We'll have to see how that game pans out. And plus, proximity-wise, they're rivals just down the 10 freeway from one another. Ramona trying to win an outright league championship for the first time in more than 30 years. Ramona taking on Patriot, trying to go 5-0 in the RVL. Patriot fighting for their playoff lives, trying to upset the Rams. And the other big game in the RVL, of course, is Hillcrest versus Norte Vista. And those two teams will be going head-to-head for second place in the RVL. And Elsinore versus Temescal Canyon. That'll be for second. Well, there's different scenarios here, but basically, Elsinore, Temescal Canyon, there's a scenario where second, third, fourth place is all up for grabs, plus their rivals. So that's a big game as well. As we showed you last week, Norte Vista and Ramona going head-to-head for the driver's seat, right, for that River Valley League Championship. And it was Ramona coming out with a 40-22 win. And as we mentioned, now they control their own destiny. They can win their first league championship, outright league championship for the first time in more than 30 years, almost 35 years. And remember, they do have a co-championship. That came back in 2017 when we had that 5-way tie for first place in the River Valley League. That's not going to happen this year. And if Ramona can take care of business against Patriot, yeah, they will be your outright league champion. So we'll see what the Rams can do against Patriot. And as we mentioned, Patriot fighting for their playoff lives, needing to upset the Rams to strengthen their case to get into the postseason. They are probably going to be your third or fourth place team in the RVL. And again, Norte Vista versus Hillcrest, also a very important game coming up this week, as that's a battle for second place in the River Valley League. All right, and also Citrus Valley, your second place team out of the CBL, beating Yucaipa this past week, and it was a big win for them. And now Yucaipa going up against Beaumont. That's a very important game, as we mentioned, because that's for third and or fourth place in the CBL. So it's basically a playoff spot on the line in that game, at least to guarantee you a playoff spot, because if not, you're going to have to wait and see if you can go in as an at-large bid. So Beaumont having a great season, and Yucaipa really coming on strong after a little bit of a sluggish start. The T-Birds got some quality wins in the middle of the season, so we'll see if they can battle Beaumont. And we'll see how the CBL pans out with Cajon on top, Sevier in second place, and then Yucaipa versus Beaumont for third and or fourth in the CBL. All right, if you're watching this video, give it a like, subscribe also to the Inland Sports YouTube channel, and we also have a thanks button if you'd like to smash that and help us out cover sports here in the IE. I'm Pep Fernandez, and we will see you next time.